All right, boys, we are back here with episode number 8 of our Winnipeg Jets franchise mode in NHL 24, and we are in the playoffs after having an amazing season. We had 52 wins on the year, which was good enough to give us the President's Trophy. That's right, Winnipeg, maybe for the first time ever, got the President's here. We tied with Boston, but we had more regulation plus overtime wins, so that gave us the W in the President's Trophy race. Getting straight into the comments, well, we actually are facing Vancouver in round number 1, so that will be interesting. We'll take a look at their lines in a second here, but let's get to the comments first. And the first one comes from Doug McMaster, who says, "Great season, let's go get a cup. Nothing else to say, my dude. Well done this season. Lots of ways to improve for next year, but all that matters is the playoffs now. Hashtag whiteout in Winnipeg." Thank you very much, Doug, getting me pumped up for this episode. And then the next comment here is from Alexander, who says, "It still very much smells like a future cup in here." I agree, Alex. We're gonna try, man. And he says, "Since the vets Wheeler, Petrie, and Tays are rapidly dropping in overall, they probably won't be here next season, and the power play has been terrible anyways. I'd say take them all off of it and focus on giving those minutes to the core that will be here after they're gone. Velarde, for example, had a bad offensive year because he was taken off the power play in favor of Wheeler and Morgan Barron. So I'm going to do that right now. I am going to mix up the power play lines a little bit just because our power play is really awful. It's clicking at some like below 20% or something like that, which is unacceptable. So Wheeler and Tays have to get off. So let's put Gabriel Velarde in here. I like having Tays because of his face-off category. So if I ever jump into the game, I like to have it there. But we will definitely do what the fans are asking for. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so I've gone ahead and made some changes here. I took Jonas Brodin off the power play. I'm going to throw Nikolai Ehlers. He's going to be the guy to help out this power play unit, the second power play unit. We've kind of split them up now, so we're going to go with still a +5 on the first one with Scheifele, Connor, Velarde, Morrissey, and Perfetti. And then the second power play, I will have Jonathan Toews in there just to win us that draw. Then I'm going to put Nino Niederreiter, Iafallo, Neil Pionk, and then Nikolai Ehlers is going to be the shooter and the puck carrier for this one. Over here, I want the finisher to be Kyle Connor. Distributor can be Josh Morrissey. That makes sense to me. And that's how the power play is going to look to start it off. But let's go and see what the Vancouver lines look like. I have a feeling they are a very good simulating team, so this could be a difficult playoff run, but we're not going to back down from a challenge. And okay, they definitely have a team out here. They have Andrei Kuzmenko at an 87 overall with Elias Pettersson at a 93 and Ilya Mikheyev at an 85. So Mikheyev, no X factor. He's got good speed. He's got good offensive awareness, good defender as well, 91 stick checking. Elias Pettersson, high franchise 93 overall. So yeah, this is a amazing player for sure here. And then Kuzmenko, what kind of a year did he have? He had only 66 points. Okay, so our first line probably outscored theirs. Oh, and this is why here Elias Pettersson was injured for most of the season. Wow, he only played 41 games, so that's rough to see. But our first line was definitely clicking at a better point rate, but don't get it twisted. This is an amazing first line for sure. Not sure if they'll have the +5 because Mikheyev doesn't have any X factors, but ours does. Second line now with JT Miller. He's a little bit better than Cole Perfetti. Brock Besser at 84 is actually, he's the same as Gabriel Velarde, and then Connor Garland at 84 as well, a bit better than Blake Wheeler. So the second line, I think, probably goes to them. Let's see how their points were. 63 for a second liner. That's very good. JT Miller with 80. Okay, he probably played first line minutes, though. And then Brock Besser with 66. So JT Miller probably slotted up there when Elias Pettersson got injured, but still, great season for him. 80 points, which is nuts. Okay, but then their bottom 6 kind of falls off a little bit. Danton Heinen, much worse than Jonathan Toews. Vasily Podkolzin, a little bit better than Nino Niederreiter, and Anthony Beauvillier, a little bit better than Morgan Barron, but our center depth is where we're going to get them. And then on that fourth line, Mike Hoffman on the fourth line at an 82. That's pretty good, actually, and he could be on their power play as well, so definitely something to look out for. Not a good defender, though, so maybe we can take advantage of that. Niels Höglander, not a great defender either, and then Pius Suter, yeah. So maybe we can score some goals on that line with Adam Lowry and Whoever else is down there defensively, yeah, yikes. So Quinn Hughes, what kind of a season did he have? 70-point season, but he's a minus 15, so maybe him and Philip Hronek are not the best duo. Hronek only with 32 points as well, so maybe we can take advantage of that first line, but Quinn Hughes, an amazing defender, obviously. But then it falls off a big time. They don't have great depth. 82 and 83 is still okay, and Mark Giordano obviously has the poise and experience alongside of Justin Schultz, this very, very veteran blue line here. Carson Soucy, and then Tucker Pullman. So I think our blue line's better. They might have the nod in the even strength performance, and then Thatcher Demko is a little bit worse than Connor Hellebuyck, so we're going to try to get Hellebuyck to steal us some games here. But that's enough rambling. It's been like 10 minutes or something like that, so enough rambling. And that's all that stuff. Let's get into game number 1 here in Winnipeg. There's a hashtag whiteout out there, so let's get this show on the road. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Nikolai Ehlers. Let's set the tone early in Winnipeg for game 1, round 1. Let's do it here, boys. Connor Hellebuyck between the pipes, I hope he is anyways, and let's get this show on the road. Starting off on the power play, it goes nowhere. Yikes, that's not what I want to see. And the first period ends 0-0. Shots 8-4 in favor of Winnipeg. So not a bad first period, not going to complain about anything, but let's try to get on the board here in the second period. 1-1. Connor Garland's going to score to open things up, but then Rasmus Kupari on that fourth line. So we're getting some depth scoring, but now I need to see the big boys come out and do their thing. Shots in our favor, 19 to 14, and Ike Ciafalo is going to give us the 1-goal lead. Okay, now the routine's in place for Connor Hellebuyck as Rasmus Kupari gets his second of the game, and then Kyle Connor chips in with a pretty useless goal, but we will take it. We're up 4-1 in this game right here. 5 minutes left to go, 4 minutes, and with time winding down, Nikolai Ehlers is going to get one on Silovs, who got into the net late there. And we take game number 1 5-1 with an explosive third period. Nice. Love seeing that. 3 stars of the night are Josh Morrissey with 3 points, Rasmus Kupari with 2 goals, and Adam Lowry with 3 assists. That's what I said, man. That fourth line is very strong for us. They had a good year, and with Adam Lowry down there, our captain on the fourth line, he's definitely going to hopefully lead those boys to a good playoff run, hopefully. So first game was a dominating one for us. We can check the rest of the league out here if you guys are interested. Pittsburgh up 1-0, Blue Jackets up, Tampa and Montreal up, Edmonton's up, Anaheim and St. Louis. So we don't have to worry about the Chicago Blackhawks this year, thank goodness. But right in front of us, let's keep worrying about this team. The Vancouver Canucks, we had a good game 1. Let's make it a good game 2 as well. Here we go. Starting up in Winnipeg once again, let's give our fans something to cheer about. At first period, Vancouver's going to open up the scoring 2-1 on Connor Hellebuyck. Shots also in their favor. Hellebuyck had a great game last game, so I'm not going to complain about him whatsoever. Let's get some offense for him now, boys. Here we go. Second period. Okay, 3-1. Mark Scheifele scores on the power play, but then Pius Suter also scores on them. Or is it Pius Suter? He gets his second of the night as well, both on the power play. I do not like seeing that. Their power play is clicking. So let's go, boys. Come on, try to tie this one up. No, Danton Heinen's going to score. And looks like we're going to trade opening games, which I don't like seeing, especially because we were at home to start off. We got a 5-on-3 there, and we could not capitalize on it. And the shots, they only have 28 shots, but they have 4 goals. We're out shooting them once again, but this time the game goes in their favor. It's a bit unfortunate there, but that's the playoffs, man. Sometimes things are going to happen. Thatcher Demko had a great game. Mikheyev with 2 points, and Pius Suter also with 2 points. Looking at our stats, a lot of -1s everywhere. The first line's minus, Jonas Brodin, Nikolai Ehlers, Jonathan T. Yeah, kind of everybody's kind of a minus here. That's to be expected when we lose 4-1. That's okay, boys. That's okay. I'm not going to make any changes yet. We had a good first game. We had a bad second game. Let's see what happens in game number 3. If we lose this one as well, then we're going to start to make some changes here. We can also bring up Chaz Lucius if we were really, really struggling, but for now we're going to keep him down there in the AHL doing his thing. So let's go, boys. Game number 3. We don't have too long of a flight to go. Just get to Rogers Arena in Vancouver. It's not, I mean, it's probably a long flight, but it's not, at least we're not going to the States or anything like that. So here we go. Just a little bit across the pond. We're in Vancouver now. We can think of this as our home ice too. We're above the border. So really, you know, both these teams, at least they're both Canadian. So the fans, they know a Canadian team is going to go to the next round, which is nice to see. So here we go. In Vancouver, period 1 is over and it ends 1-1. Kyle Connor scores. Thank you. Kyle Connor has showed up for us big time so far in this playoff run. And then Ilya Mikheyev gets his team back in at shots in Vancouver's favor, but the score is tied at 1, and the second period now underway, and it ends 3-1 as Vancouver takes a massive lead, Vancouver does take a massive lead over your Winnipeg Jets. Besser and Justin Schultz scoring, and the shots, they ballooned in shots. Oh my goodness, what happened? Did we have like a bunch of penalties or something? No penalties even, so that's very concerning. Third period now, boys. I need somebody to wake up, and we can't even score on a 5-on-3 power play. I just can't get this power play going, man. Another power play. Come on. The refs are gifting this to us. 5-on-3 again, and we can't score. And Winnipeg's power play is becoming a massive, massive problem. This is not Connor Hellebuck's fault. We only scored 1 goal, and he saved like 36 shots. 39 shots on Connor Hellebuck. He saves 36 of them. We can only score 1 goal once again on Thatcher Demko. So the lines are going to be switched up for sure. The 3 stars of the night are there. Let's see who is a minus in this game. We have a plus for Jonas Brodin. Okay, Morrissey and Tanev both -2. They are going to get switched. Third line is -1. Second line is minus as well. And the fourth line is kind of even. Okay, so gonna make some changes here to the second and third line, it seems like. And Morgan Barron's been injured with injured ribs, so let's just replace him for now. Morgan Barron, he was kind of a hero for us early in the year, but then his pace definitely dropped off a little bit. But him injured in the playoffs is definitely not what you want to see. The guy gets like a bunch of stitches in his face and he can play through it, but here in the playoffs, in the EA simulation, he cannot do anything. So Blake Wheeler has nothing going for him, so we're going to drop him to the third line. Jonathan Toews, Nikolai Ehlers, I think we might have to drop to the second line. Yeah, let's drop Nikolai Ehlers, put him on his actual shooting wing. Then Gabriel Velarde is a -1. In 3 games. We could go Blake Wheeler up top, give him playing with Scheifele and Connor. Maybe they have chemistry from the past. Then, Niederreiter gives that a +2, I suppose. Playing is 1 assist. We've got, what is this? Playmaker, Sniper. Okay. Iafallo, Toews, and Gabriel Velarde minus. Kupari, Axel, Jonsson, Fjallby, and Adam. Adam Lowry is playing very well. And Rasmus Kupari, but they just had that like 1 game, right? So I don't know. Maybe we get Adam Lowry up to the second or third line. But Jonathan Toews, I mean, is Jonathan Toews really worse than Adam Lowry? Yeah, he is playing worse than him. So let's get that changed. Gabriel Velarde now. I don't know what to do with Velarde here. Okay, so maybe this is the lines we go with here. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Blake Wheeler, Cole Perfetti, Jonathan Toews, Nikolai Ehlers. So just trying to get some high overalls up there, I guess. And then Adam Lowry with Velarde and Iafallo. I am tempted to put Velarde actually up there. Yeah, I think I want to put Velarde up to the first line. Then Lowry, Wheeler, and Iafallo was the third line, and then Fjallby, Rasmus Kupari, and Nino Niederreiter as the fourth line. I think this is a better lineup for our forwards here. We get Jonathan Toews in the middle a bit more. He's a good fit on the second line. I could also throw Cole Perfetti up to the first line, maybe. Keeps it +4. But then we don't have a +2 on the second line. But again, chemistry does not really matter, I don't think. So I could go Perfetti with Scheifele and Connor. But I do want somebody else on this second line. Yeah, I kind of want to split the wealth a little bit. It's like 2 guys on the first line that can score, 2 guys on the second line that can score. And then the third line and the fourth line are kind of whatever. And then I did switch up the defense as well. I'm going to go with Morrissey and Brody and throwing the big guns out there. Morrissey and Tanev, great in the regular simulation, but now they are, well, they're 0, I suppose, but in that last game they were -2. So we're going to go with the overalls, I think. We're going to put Jeff Petrie on this line as well. Ville Heinola and Chris Tanev go on that third line pairing. And then goaltender, we're going to stay with Connor Hellebuck between the pipes. So let's see, boys. New lines. Let's see if we can get them to work a little bit here. We had a great first game. I need the team that won that first game to be back for this one. So come on, ladies and gents, let's do this. Game in Rogers Arena once again. We've taken the flight over to Vancouver. You know, we've been there for a day now, or maybe 2 days, I suppose. So no excuses here. I mean, we're down 2-1 in the series. If we lose this game, it's looking bleak. So I need a massive performance out of you guys. We've shaken up the lines. I want to see Kyle Connor on the board. I want to see Nikolai Ehlers on the board. You guys need to really man those first two lines. Josh Morrissey, I'd love to see you get on there. And Connor Hellebuck, you're a franchise goaltender. I need you guys to play like your roles, okay? So we have a great team. I have faith in this team. I've built you guys. You know, we've brought you all together here. We've made some acquisitions in Jonathan Toews and Jeff Petrie on the blue line. So play like you want to be here in Winnipeg. Play for your contracts. Some of you have big contracts coming up, like Nikolai Ehlers of the world. So play for your contracts. Play for your teammates. Play for your brothers. Let's go, boys. Game number 3 or 4 out here in Vancouver. Let's get a W. Come on, guys. We can do this. I know we can. First period, 0-0. Okay, I'm going to take that. Vancouver with 10 shots. We have 7. I'm going to take a 0-0. You know, the guys just getting acclimated to their lines a little bit, trying to develop that chemistry with one another. So we had to switch up the lines. So, you know, that's going to be the excuse for that one. But now, second period, I want us to come out flying, okay? Come out flying, boys. Just like the Jets that we are. Second period, 2-1. Let's go, Winnipeg. And it's Mark Scheifele. Who is it but the $8.5 million man, Mark Scheifele? Then Elias Pettersson gets one for Vancouver. Scheifele ties it up and then gets the go-ahead goal as well. That's what we need out of our franchise first line center. Thank you. So huge second period from the power play and that first line. Let's try to continue this into the third, boys. Nothing to say. Let's just go out and do our thing once again. But Quinn Hughes is going to score on Connor Hellebuck. And now this is a very, very tight game here. I was just about to call out Connor Hellebuck as well and tell him he has to shut the door, but now they're big guns going at it. And Elias Pettersson gets them the lead. They're up by 1 now. Come on, where's our big guns? Let's go, boys. Wake up as Niels Höglander is going to score on Connor Hellebuck. And this is bleak now. Oh my goodness. So we have a third period. Who are we? The Toronto Maple Leafs? We have a big third period collapse. And Connor Hellebuck allows 4 goals on 25 shots. This is rough. I looked at Vancouver stats accidentally here. Who in Winnipeg? What's going on here? Mark Scheifele with 2 points. Velarde and Connor. So that first line was okay. Iafallo with nothing. Wheeler with nothing. Lowry. Morrissey, Brodin were a -1. Chris Tanev was a -1. The fourth line got lit up. The second line, -2 and -3. Yikes. The second line killed us. Oh my goodness. That's awful, boys. Come on. And so now we're down 3-1 in the series. I gave that whole speech before the game. And we can't make it work, huh? Down 3-1. It's do or die time now, boys. And Iafallo has been injured. So I guess it's time to now... Is it time to call up... Chaz Lucius? We get Nino in there. Iafallo. Now who's scratched? David Gustafson? David Gustafson did have a good performance with us last year. He did have a good playoff run. He had 5 points in 6 games. So let's get him in the lineup. Substitute in all lines. So the second line killed me, dude. Oh my god, that's awful. Alright, Cole Perfetti. No, the first line was good. What can I do on the second line here? What if we do this? We go Blake Wheeler. And then we have Cole Perfetti, Adam Lowry, Nino Niederreiter. Okay, so Nino gets on his wing with Perfetti and Lowry. I'd like a playmaker there, though. We could do Blake Wheeler Perfetti and Nino Niederreiter for a playmaker, sniper combination. Gives us a +1. Lowry, Tays, Ehlers. But there's just no firepower up here without Perfetti. And Blake Wheeler can get some points maybe for us, so we'll do this instead, I guess, yeah. Oh, man, this is rough. Then David Gustafsson. Gustafsson could go in on that third line, give us a power forward presence. Power forward, sniper. A two-way forward, no. Adam Lowry's the better choice. Defensively, the lines did not work. So, was it Petrie, though? It wasn't really Petrie's fault. He's a -2. He's a 0, -1. Oof. Ville Heinola is a -3. Got to get him out of there. Let's go Kyle Capobianco in his place. 0, okay. Goalies. I mean, Hellebuck, 900 save percentage, 303. I can't switch him out now. It's an elimination game. He's in 91 overall. He's got to prove it to me. These might have to be the lines, boys. Elimination game. Cole Perfetti's demoted to that third line, but what is he? He has 1 assist in 4 games. It's unacceptable. David Gustafsson has come in. Fialbi played 11 minutes. He was a -1. Rasmus Kupari had 2 goals in that first game. Hasn't done anything since. Get Rasmus Kupari maybe for the third line, but again, this is a rough place. Ville Heinola really not helping me either. So these are going to be the lines here. First line, Scheifele, Connor, Gabriel Velarde. You guys, I need good chemistry out of you. You had a good game last game. I need that to continue. Second line now with Blake Wheeler on the right-handed side. Blake, you have nothing in 4 games. So playing alongside of Tays and Ehlers, you got a veteran line here. This is like what Chicago had against us on their third line. They had like Perry and Zach Parise and Jonathan Tays or something like that. We've got Blake Wheeler, Jonathan Tays, and Nikolai Ehlers, not as veteran, but still. Third line, Cole Perfetti, you got demoted. Prove to me that you deserve to be on that second line. Show me. Get me a goal. Get me an assist. Give me something this game. I need it desperately. Adam Lowry, you're a good third line center, but you have to show it to me. You're the captain of this team, so act like it. And you don't need a writer. You're old. You're a sniper, though, so I need a goal out of you. Let's go, boy. Rasmus Kupari, you had a real good first game. I need that to continue, please. And David Gustafsson, you got thrown into this lineup, and last year you did wonders for me, so I'd love to be able to see that again. And then Fialbi, keep that puck out of the net and use some speed. All right, boys, these are going to be the lines going into the game. Defense, Jeff Petrie's up there. We've got Kyle Capobianco when you're getting the nod. You're 27. You've got, I guess, passable defense. You're not a good skater, but who knows? The EA simulation works in mysterious ways. So let's see if these lines can help us out. And Connor Hellebuck, buddy, I need a performance out of you. I know that, but that last game was rough, man. Only 25 shots against or something like that, and you let in 4 goals, or maybe 28 on 4 goals, but that's rough. I need you to shut the door, Connor. I need you to. We need like 2 goals or less, please. Defense, help your goaltender out. Offense, help your goaltender out as well. And get me some goals. I mean, look at this. This is unbelievable. The last 3 games, we're averaging like 1 goal per game or something like that. We got 1 goal against them here, then 1 goal, and then 2 goals. So what is that? 4 goals in the last 3 games, like 1.67 goals for per game or something ridiculous. I need a performance out of you guys, and I need it desperately. We're back in Winnipeg. We've won a game here already. So let's go. We're the President's Trophy winning team, the best team in the entire NHL. We have incredible goals for in the regular season and a great goals against. And out here, we can't even score over 2 goals per game. I mean, this is ridiculous, man. I know it's Thatcher Demko in the net, but we have Connor Hellebuck. We should be able to close the door just as much as them. So show me, Winnipeg. We're in front of our fans. Don't let them go home angry. Let's go. Simulate the game. Here we go, Winnipeg. We're going to watch the entire game now because it's an elimination one, and Vancouver starts out strong on the power play. It's JT Miller, and then it's Connor Garland, and just pour it on, Vancouver. Why not? Just have a blast. Yep, here they come. Yeah, you just scored 10 on Connor Hellebuck. Why not? I don't even want to see him have a good game now. I mean, I told him he has to shut the door. He has to let in 2 goals or less. He's let in 2 goals in the first period, so we're going to need some offense. Cole Perfetti on the third line. Do you want to step up and show me that you deserve to be on that second line, or are you just gonna play like a third line or a fourth liner like you have this entire series so far? Let's go. The only game we won was when Rasmus Kupari scored me 2 goals, so pretty crazy. Mark Scheifele gets one on Thatcher Demko. I need another one now. That first line's been doing well these past 2 games, I will say that. But the second line, the third line, the four, I mean, just nobody else has done anything. Josh Morrissey's absent. Jonas Brodin can't keep the puck out of the net. Oh, there we go. Jonathan Toews on the second line. You called him out, and he's going to come back. The veteran presence of Jonathan Toews. He's going to score on Thatcher Demko. Okay, with less than a minute left, and Winnipeg has life. We have all the momentum going into the next period. It's do or die, Winnipeg. There's a lot of guys out here who might not be coming back next season, all right? I'm just going to put it out there into the universe. A lot of guys not going to be coming back next season. This is the last time that we have this core, maybe. So, I need a huge, huge third period. Connor Hellebuyck, you've allowed 2. Don't allow any more. Offense, Kyle Connor, Nikolai Ehlers, Cole Perfetti. I mean, our left side of the ice is deadly right now. Let's get a goal. We're up against like the 81 and 82 overalls of their third and fourth line. Like, come on, boys. We can score. I know their top 2 lines are good, but good Lord, their bottom 6 is atrocious compared to ours. So come on. Third period. This is for all the marbles, all the chips in the table, whatever you want to say. Let's go, Winnipeg. We're in front of our home ice fans. There's a whiteout out there, and Gabriel Vilardi, promoted to that first line, is going to give us the lead on Thatcher Demko. Now the penalty kill has to hold, and we do. Connor Hellebuyck, come on, boy. Show me why. Show me why that you're making so much money. And the 81 overall Danton Heinen on their third line, of course, is going to score. And are we going? Yes, we are. We're going to overtime. I'll see you guys in Winnipeg. Overtime in Winnipeg, my friends. Mark Scheifele lining up against Elias Pettersson. We win that draw, and overtime has commenced as Gabriel Vilardi gets that puck, and he's going to find Josh Morrissey with a shot. Saved, though, by Thatcher Demko. And now Jonas Brodin to Mark Scheifele. Another save by Thatcher Demko, but now the pressure is building. These Vancouver Canucks getting a bit tired out there. They've only been out there for 20 seconds. But according to EA, that's enough to get them exhausted. Here comes Elias Pettersson now. And the Slata Kuzmenko shot. Big time save by Hellebuyck, but Elias Pettersson picks up that loose puck. And now Kyle Connor is going the other way. He's got wheels activated. So let's see if he can move around. Whoa, what a shot by Mark Scheifele, but a big time save. And another one-timer blocked in front. Gabriel Vilardi picks it up, and Vancouver coming down the other way. Kuzmenko takes a shot, but that's an easy save for Hellebuyck. Quinn Hughes now down to Kuzmenko. One-timer save or blocked out in front, and Jonas Brodin going to find Josh Morrissey, who almost puts it in his own net. What a way to go that would be, huh? Kyle Connor now streaking down the side. He's got room, but he decides to dangle into Quinn Hughes, who's going to knock him down, and the Vancouver Canucks regroup. Here's JT Miller. JT tries to get around Jeff Petrie, but he cannot. And now Josh Morrissey, he's got a lot of room to work with here. Here he is, takes a shot, but that's saved by Thatcher Demko, and we're going to get a whistle. We've got Jonathan Toews out there to take the draw. Jonathan Toews is number 19. Who has number 19? Why didn't you give up your number like Daniel Sprong did with Patrick Kane? That's ridiculous. Nikolai Ehlers with the shot, but good save from Thatcher Demko, and I'm seeing now why we can't score on Thatcher, because he's making huge saves for his club. We're going to keep that second line out there so that Jonathan Toews can hopefully win me the draw again. But yeah, Thatcher Demko making a big saves for Vancouver right now. Come on, Taser. You're up against JT Miller. He's going to lose that draw. It's massive, man. We almost had the pressure built up, but now we get it built up. And here's Wheeler, who's going to find Neil Pionk to Jonathan Taser. The shots, but a good save from Thatcher Demko once again, and he will hang on to that one. Adam Lowry in the faceoff circle. I've thrown that third line out there with Cole Perfetti and the gang. There's Jeff Petrie takes a shot into a body. And unfortunately, Vancouver's going to be able to break this puck out to Brock Besser, who takes a shot, rebound, huge save from Connor Hellebuyck as we just allowed Brock Besser to walk into our slot. What are we doing out there, guys? Come on, step up on him. Blake Wheeler now tries to sauce that up to Nikolai Ehlers, but Justin Schultz makes a good defensive play. And now here comes Danton Heinen. Heinen tries to spin and take a shot, but that gets stopped in front. And Blake Wheeler coming down the other way. Loses it to Anthony Beauvillier, and Beauvillier now in the zone. The newest Chicago Blackhawk in the real world. Plays that out into his own ice. And now Nikolai Ehlers is going to get that puck. He has wheels, I believe. Blake Wheeler takes a shot to rebound. We cannot collect that puck. Mikheyev with it. He's going to shed one defender to send it to Carson Soucy, and a massive blocker save by Connor Hellebuyck, keeping his Winnipeg Jets in this game. The shots are going to look pretty crazy here as we have 20-minute periods on. Mark Scheifele spins, tries to find Gabriel Velarde, but that gets intercepted by the young Andrei Kuzmenko. But Kyle Connor now loses the puck. Gabriel Velarde in the slot. Shot! What a save from Thatcher Demko off a great forecheck from the Winnipeg Jets. They have a good chance out there, but Thatcher Demko has been the story of this series. He's going to make another huge save for his club. Here is Ehlers coming down 2-on-2 alongside Blake Wheeler. Wheeler takes a shot, and he's going to get this rebound and score his first of the playoffs back with Winnipeg. And he gets a goal, and we win that game 4-3, and we're only down in the series 3-2 now. There is hope in Winnipeg, ladies and gentlemen. The whiteout is here. We're coming for you, kind of trying to bring an avalanche on to the Vancouver Canucks, no pun intended, with the team down in Denver. The Winnipeg Jets take this one in overtime, and we're going back to Vancouver. And of course, no good news can just come on its own, eh? Brad Lambert gets injured with a mild concussion down there in the AHL. We'll just replace him with a player, and now we're going to the next game. So here's game number 6. The lines are going to stay the exact same. We got to win. Not a great defensive performance once again. I mean, we allowed one goal here, good defensive performance, but then 4, 3, 4, and 3. So let's try to bring that defensive numbers down. Let's try to get some goals still. Game number 6, excuse me, in Vancouver. Let's see what we can do, boys. Let's simulate this game. Let's pray. Let's hope the EA gods are looking down favorably upon us here. Winnipeg versus Vancouver. Game 6. This is a close one, but Cole Perfetti down on that third line. I demoted him to the third line, and he said, "Don't worry, coach. I'm going to prove to you that I deserve to be up there." Nino Niederreiter on the power play scores. Thank goodness our boys are coming in clutch right now in this elimination game here. First period ends 2-0, but don't get it twisted, boys. This game is not over. If you remember last game, we were also up by 2 goals. We were down by 2 goals, and we were the team that came back. So let's not make the same mistake that Vancouver did. Let's play smart hockey still. We don't want to turtle up for the next 40 minutes here. Let's keep playing in the offensive zone. Let's keep cycling that puck. No need to do any crazy risks or anything like that. Let's just play good, sound Winnipeg hockey, and let's start up the second period here. In round 1, I mean, if we could, Fialbi, the fourth line's chipping in as well. Okay, hang on, Brock Besser scores though, and brings his team back to within 2. But we see we're getting depth from our third and fourth line. Whenever we get depth from our bottom 2 lines, good things happen. So I'm very happy to see that. And the second period will end with the same goal differential that it started with. So I'm okay with that period. Connor Hellebuyck, you've got 2 goals to work with here. You need to be able to close this one out. We're out shooting Vancouver. We're up in the game. We're in the third period. I mean, blowing a 2-goal lead in the third period would be crazy. We've done it before in this series, I believe, or maybe not a 2-goal lead. I think a 1-goal lead in like either game. I think it's game 3 or 4 if I remember correctly. But either way, this is a new game. This is an elimination game. Third period. Come on, Connor Hellebuyck. I need you to show me why you're making so much money. Let's go here. And Mark Scheifele, the guy on the same contract as Connor Hellebuyck, and then Jonathan Toews as well. I almost said John Tavares for some reason there. Pius Suter's going to score on the power play, but we've got 3 goals to work with. There is no way. I don't even care if I'm jinxing it. There is no way Connor Hellebuyck is allowing 3 goals in 10 minutes, in 5 minutes, in 1 minute. No chance in the world. And Winnipeg takes that one on the road. And this series just got interesting, ladies and gentlemen. The 3 stars of the night, Toews with 2 points. Hellebuyck made 30 saves. And look at that, Kyle Capobianco gets 2 assists. So Ville Heinola was doing nothing for me. Capobianco goes in there he grabs 2 assists for me. So that is much appreciated from him. And now it is time for game number 7. And there's multiple people ready to be dressed. What do I do here? I mean, we just won 2 games in a row, right? I don't mess with a good thing, do I? Who is ready to be dressed? Hang on, let's just check that. Iafallo and Morgan Barron are both back from injury. This is a really, really weird spot to be in. Morgan Barron and Iafallo. What was Morgan Barron doing? He's a +2, played on the 4th line. Iafallo was a -1 with 1 goal. Usually, I would say let's go throw them in. They're the better overalls. We can have like an 83 and an 80 on that 4th line. But that 4th line just got us, Fialbi just got a goal for us. David Gustafsson hasn't hurt us. And Rasmus Kupari has 2 goals. I'm not sure what to do. Fialbi just scored a goal, so I don't want to take him out. Kupari hasn't scored in a while, but do I really want to do this? Like, we already have great players in here, and we've won 2 games in a row. So no, we didn't win with Iafallo and Morgan Barron in the lineup. There's no reason to think that we would when they come back from injury. So we're going to leave them out here, and we're just going to go straight into game number 7. Game 7 is in Winnipeg. The series is tied at 3. We were down 3-1. It looked really bleak. The fans, they started rioting in the streets, throwing things in car windows, flipping cars upside down. But the Winnipeg Jets said, hang on, boys. We're not done yet. We are not done yet. It's game 7. We're in Winnipeg. We have all the momentum. Let's take a look back at this series. We won the first game 5-1. We were thinking, okay, this is going to be an easy series. We're fine. 5-1. We win by 4 games. Then Vancouver says, hang on. Not so fast. We're going to take the next 3 from you. I make some line changes. And then we win game number 5. We win game number 6. People come back for game 7. We're thinking, okay, hang on. Do we put them back in the lineup? I say no. We just won 2 straight, 4-3 and 5-2. 2 in a row. We have the momentum of this chemistry is getting us somewhere. We have 2 games in a row. We're not messing with the chemistry. I know they're better overalls. We're going to keep the lines how they are. Going into game 7, let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Simulate the AHL and the NHL games at the same time. The real-time simulation. You guys know how we do it here. Power play early goes nowhere, and Winnipeg does not capitalize on power play, and JT Miller is going to score to give his Canucks a 1-0 lead. But then Jeff Petrie gets promoted to that second line, and he's going to put one in the net as well. We're now tied at 1s. About, 5 minutes left in the first period, and Cole Perfetti on that 3rd line gets another one, and the Winnipeg Jets are up, and then Danton Heinen on their 3rd line center position scores, and it's a shootout in Winnipeg. The fans are roaring. They're going crazy. The whiteout in Winnipeg is popping right now. Tied at 2, going into the second period. Let's settle it down a little bit, boys. Let's settle it down. All right, everybody take some deep breaths. No need to go crazy. We're in game 7, but we don't need to take risks, all right? Dump that puck in. Go chase after it. Let's take it 1 step at a time, fellas, okay? Jeff Petrie, Cole Perfetti, thank you for the goals. Connor Hellebuyck, like to see a little bit more of a shutdown from you, but not angry, all right? We're tied at 2. No reason to panic. We're out shooting them. Let's go into second period, refreshed, relaxed, and let's just play like this is a regular game. No reason to put extra pressure on us, all right? Let's just go out there, let's play our game, not play to their cadence, and let's go and get this dub. Second period underway here, and of course we start on the penalty kill, but we're going to kill it off, and then we go to the power play, but then Vancouver kills it off. We get another one now. The ref's gifting us some opportunities here. We can't capitalize on it, and then of course Vancouver does on their power play. That's the difference between a good playoff team and a team that's going to allow 4 goals on 17 shots is a good power play. And we can't score on our power play. Vancouver punishes us for it, and then they have all the momentum, and JT Miller's going to score 3 minutes and 1 second later. Third period. Down by 2. Some people on this team have been here before. Jonathan Toews, the Blake Wheelers, the Mark Scheifele's, the Connor Hellebucks. We've been here before, guys. We've come back from a lead, from down in the past. I need it. I need it right now. I need somebody to step up in the locker room. Give me a speech. We're down by 2. But the game is not over. We have 20 minutes to score 2 goals. Get one in the first 10 minutes. Get one in the second 10 minutes. Shut the door, but we need offense. I don't care if we lose in round 1 again. I mean, it sucks. But I don't care about that. What I care about is us not putting our best foot forward, and it feels like we haven't done that this round. We fought our way back to Game 7. Are we just going to throw all of that away? All this hard work that we've done? Why would we even win those next 2 games then? Just be over with. Go to the golf course early. No, this team is a fighter. We can win this game. Come on, Winnipeg. We're down by 2. Let's go here. Third period underway. We're out shooting them by a lot, but we can't seem to get past Thatcher Demko, who is standing on his head. Kyle Connor gets me back within 1. That's the first goal within 10 minutes. Here comes the second now. It's going to be Cole Perfetti who's going to snipe one from the middle of the circle very soon, hopefully. And no, it's Neil Pionk who scores from the ringette line. He's going to tie this game at 4, and we're going to overtime. Oh my goodness, you speak it into existence, boys. That's what I'm talking about. That's the gym. I went down there, and I was like, boys, listen up. I gave my speech. The boys react, they retaliate, and we are back in this game. Let's go. Oh man, overtime. We're in Winnipeg. Come on, boys. The Winnipeg Jets are trying to do something that is very, very difficult to do. We have battled back to tie this game. Not only have we battled back to tie the game, but the series, as Connor Hellebuyck makes a massive save there. I'm going to put the second line out there, actually, so that Jonathan Toews can hopefully win me a draw. We've battled back to tie this game at 4. We were down by 2 in the game. We were also down by 2 in the series, and we have fought our way back. Hopefully, it's not in vain here. Overtime. This is crazy. Jonathan Toews gets a massive win for me. And there's Josh Morrissey now breaking the puck out. He's going to find Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers gets hit at the blue line, but Josh Morrissey will pick that up, and we will regroup. Blake Wheeler draws a penalty right there. Oh my goodness. And it looks like the Winnipeg Jets are going to be going to the power play unless we score with the extra man. Here's Blake Wheeler. Jonathan Toews shot saved by Thatcher Demko. We're going to get that first unit power play out there. And I need to stack the lines. Hang on. I need to get the lines out here. This isn't the same as the simulation, guys. The overalls mean more in this than the simulation does. So let's get the power play going here. Gabriel Velarde will be swapped with where is he? He's on the power? Yeah, he's on the, that's why. Okay, so Gabriel Velarde will be swapped with Nikolai Ehlers here. And then Velarde, you can go in on the Perfetti, Morrissey, Ehlers, Connor, Scheifele. And then instead of instead of Nikolai Ehlers here, we're going to go with Gabriel Velarde. Yes, okay. I like that. Also, I didn't realize David Gustafsson was on the power play, but oh well, what are you going to do? That's me trying to rush through the lines, I suppose. But here we go. We're going to the power play. Not going to call a timeout because I think the team is okay. We're okay energy-wise. They've got the big guns out there. They've got JT Miller taking the draw. We have Mark Scheifele taking the draw. I need this, boys. I need this. Scheifele wins it. That's huge to Perfetti. There's Josh Morrissey. Oh, I tried to find the backdoor pass, but Quinn Hughes, the Norris Trophy, or I don't think he's won a Norris Trophy, but Norris Trophy candidate here. And now JT Miller. Hang on, they're in the slot. Get them out of there, boys. Save from Connor Hellebuyck, and he hangs on to it. Are you kidding me? Josh Morrissey was right there. He's going to decide to hang on to that one. So this is a big draw from Mark Scheifele. He has good face-off rating. And it's up against Danton Heinen. He wins the draw again. Now Perfetti picks it up to Kyle Connor. Connor now does little stride deke, but Carson Soucy steals that from him. Now it's a board play down in their zone, and Kyle Connor's going to come away with it. Connor moves it up to the points as Nikolai Ehlers picks it up to Perfetti. Josh Morrissey slap shot, and his stick shatters in his hands. What unlucky events are transpiring here. Mark Scheifele gets that puck back over the blue line to Perfetti. One-timer, rebound of Nikolai Ehlers. He scores! He scores! Nikolai Ehlers is the hero. He's on a contract here. He's going to score on the power play, and the Winnipeg Jets are off to round number 2. What a performance out of the Winnipeg Jets. We were down 3-1 in the series. Oh my goodness, and we battle back to Game 7, where we fall 4-2 going into the third period. I go down there, I give them the speech of a lifetime, and the Winnipeg Jets answer to tie this, go into overtime, and then we luckily get gifted a power play in which Nikolai Ehlers is the hero. There he is right there, shaking hands with I don't know who that was. But the Winnipeg Jets fans are going crazy. I'm going crazy as well. And Ilya Mikheyev is the guy who took the tripping penalty. He's going to be having nightmares about Blake Wheeler falling over right there. And this is the goal. Slides at 5-hole. And the Winnipeg Jets are off to round number 2. What a performance from your Winnipeg Jets. We go to 7 games. And I don't know what to say, man. I do not know what to say. Brad Lambert's fully back. I will do those lines. Hang on, I won't make you guys watch this. All right, so this, we simulated a day here. How's it going? It looks like it's going okay. Maybe we're tied at, I guess we're going to game 5 down there in the AHL. We got to worry about the NHL here, and the current round of the playoffs is over. Let's continue the simulation. And we are going, hang on, did our team win? Yes, we did, so we're going to the next round. We are going up against the Colorado Avalanche in round number 2. They went 51, 23, and 8, I believe that was, on the season. And they finished in 3rd place. So, in the second round of the playoffs, the first best team in the league and the 3rd best team in the league are going at it head-to-head. They can score, they can keep the puck out of their nets. They had an amazing record, and we know who's on this team. I mean, they have some of the best scorers in the league. They have the best defensemen in the league. Let's go and look at their lines closer and see exactly what we're dealing with here. Colorado. Yep. Gabriel Landeskog's back in this universe as well, making $7 million for the next 5 years. He's got 3 points in 7 games, so not crazy, but, I mean, Nathan McKinnon at a 96 overall, Mikko Rantanen at a 95 overall. Yeah, that's very top heavy here in Colorado. They don't have a lot of goals, though, I will say. They've got 4 points, 5 points, and 3 points on that first line. So they have good overalls, but they're not simulating out of this world crazy. Second line, Jonathan Drouin with only an 80 overall. He's listed as a depth player, but he's on their second line. Maybe we can take advantage of that. But then Ross Colton at an 85 overall. Very good second line center. And then Valeri Nichushkin, he's got 4 points as well. He's an 87 overall. Their third line is okay for sure. Miles Wood, Tyler Johnson, Logan O'Connor. It's very respectable, but it's nothing insane. And then fourth line, Maverick Bourque. This guy drafted in 2020 by Dallas. Okay, interesting. And then Adam Gaudette and Jean-Luc Afudi, who was a 3rd round pick by Colorado. So 78 overalls on their fourth line. Our fourth line is a bit better than that. But this is where it's terrifying here in Colorado, as Bowen Byram is a 90 overall now in this universe, partnered alongside the 96 overall Cale Makar. They also have, by the way, the 89 overall Devin Tays on their second line, with the 83 overall Josh Manson, and then an 85 overall Samuel Girard on their 3rd defensive pairing, with the 82 overall Dylan DeMello. Classic. That's absolutely classic. Did we trade him to... We really traded him to Colorado? That's crazy. I didn't think No, we traded him to Detroit. And then Detroit traded him to Colorado, right? Who did we trade him to Detroit for? Oh, no, we traded him to Detroit for Jeff Petrie. And then Detroit must have traded him to Colorado at the trade deadline. So he finds his way back up against his old team, Dylan DeMello. That's great. Love to see that. And then, and they have Ryan Johansson, who's injured as well. So their center depth is just going to get even better. They also have Oliver Shillington if an injury happens to their defensive core. So you got to think Tyler Johnson's really their 4th line center. Adam Gaudette's usually out of the lineup. So their bottom 6 gets even better, which is terrifying. And then in net, 86 overall, Alex Georgiev. We've seen what an 86 overall can do, and this one is playing like Dominik Hasek. He's got a 948 save percentage and a 1.86 goals against average. So we've got our work cut out for us here, boys. Not going to lie. Our lines, you guys know what they look like. We've got Connor, Scheifele, Velarde, Wheeler, who's now an 82 overall, definitely won't be coming back next year. Jonathan Tays and Nikolai Ehlers, and then Perfetti, Lowry, Niederreiter, Kupari, Gustafsson, and Fialbi. But I am tempted to throw Morgan Barron in there instead. I won't do it yet, but if we lose first game, I'll throw him in there for either Fialbi, Gustafsson, or Kupari. Probably for Gustafsson, I guess. He doesn't have anything in the his 3 games. So just something to think about. We also have Alexei Afalo coming back soon, so that's all well and good. So we won Game 7 there. And now, 2 days later, we've got to come back and face the 3rd best team in the league. Number 1 and number 3 going up against each other. We are divisional rivals. This is a team that if we want to keep making the playoffs, we're going to see them each and every single year if we keep making the playoffs. So we've got to learn to fight. We've got to learn to battle them. And it all starts in round 2, game 1, 2025. Let's get this show on the road here. In Winnipeg, the whiteout is here. We were just here a few days ago, and David Gustafsson going to start us off strong. Last time we were out here, we saw an amazing overtime performance from our guys, so we're going to try to keep that up here. First period finishes 1-1 as Miles Wood ties it up at ones here. If we look at their team on paper, they've got dynamic offense. But looking at the stats, actually, you see Georgiev has been really shutting it down, allowing like 1 or 2 goals a game. So we've got to show them that we can score on Alexander Georgiev here. And Connor Hellebuyck, I need you to try to keep those superstars at bay. I know it's a lot to ask, but you got to do your best, my man. Second period now, 2-1, as Jean-Luc Foudy scores short-handed. Are you kidding? So they're 4th liners. Well, Jean-Luc Foudy's 4th liner. I believe Miles Wood is his 3rd liner. So a 4th liner and a 3rd liner are going to score on Connor Hellebuyck. What's going to happen when their big guns decide to show up, eh? We're going to be able to stop them if we can't stop their 4th line. Okay, but Adam Lowry on the 3rd line is going to tie us up at 2s here. My voice is going fast, but Josh Morrissey gives us another lead. I don't want to see another one. Yes, okay, good. Josh Morrissey, that's a massive goal, maybe the most important goal of his entire career. Well, we're only in game 1, so maybe not. And the Winnipeg Jets are going to finish that one off with a win, 3-2. And Connor Hellebuyck has done his thing, saving 35 shots out of the 37 he faced. Josh Morrissey with 2 points. David Gustafsson gets the opening goal to set the tone for us. And Jonas Brodin has sprained his MCL. And he's gone for the rest of the playoffs. Oh, man. All right. So Ville Heinola will go in there. I'm going to keep the forwards how they are, but Heinola's not going to be playing on that top line. Oh, boy, that's real rough. That's very, very rough. Jonas Brodin was eating up a lot of minutes for us. We can go Jeff Petrie, perhaps. And then Heinola did nothing. So we'll go Capabianco, who has 3 assists in 4 games. Yeah. Okay. These are going to be the lines, man. I would throw Pionk up there, but he doesn't give it a plus. And he's also an offensive defenseman, so I don't like having 2 offensive defensemen on the first line. Hellebuyck, that was an amazing game. Keep that up, my friend. And let me do the penalty kill because I don't want to see Heinola. Yeah, I don't need Heinola there. We'll go Petrie. Second line will then be Heinola. Yeah, I'll do it like that. Oh man, this is a real rough. That's a real rough injury to have. He's our second most important defenseman. So that's really disgusting to have to deal with something like this, man. It really is. My goodness. And then I'll go 3-on-3, just in case it ever happens, which it likely won't in the playoffs, but who knows? We can give this to Jeff Petrie here. All right. So those are the lines done. Actually, yeah, this can be David Gustafsson here can be Gabriel Velarde. Okay. And then I'll do it on the 4-on-4 as well. And then we'll be good. Okay, lines taken care of. Game number 2, once again in Winnipeg. We had a great first game. Let's try to keep that momentum rolling into the second one here. Colorado going to change up their strategies a little bit, but we also can adapt to them. First period, 1-1. All right, Kristanov opens it up with his new defensive partner in Ville Heinola, and then that's the guy who I do not want to see us getting it going. Mikko Rantanen gets his first of the series for the Avalanche. Last game, they didn't have their top guns scoring, but this game, if their top guys decide to show up, it might be a rough ride for us. So let's try to keep them at bay. into the second period. Let's do it. Second period. Let's go. Nikolai Ehlers scores. And that second power play unit, I guess putting Nikolai Ehlers there really helps out that second unit. So Ehlers scores. And we're going into the third now. We have a 1-goal lead, which is not enough against this team. Let me tell you that. So let's try to pile it on here. And we do with Kyle Connor, who probably a rebound or maybe a tap in or something like that, gets one on Georgiev. And we have found a way to score on Alexander Georgiev as well, scoring 3 goals in both these games. He was not allowing pretty much more than 2 in the opening round. Bork's going to get a goal, but we hold them off there at the end as Connor Hellebuyck once again has a huge performance for us, saving 32 shots. That's what you have to do in the playoffs, man. Got to rely on your goalie in the playoffs, and Hellebuyck is definitely earning his contract right about now. So another great game for us, and I know that we have some guys who are fully healed, like Alex Iafallo, who just got back, but if we keep winning games 3-2, I'm not going to complain, all right? So it's another big win over Colorado. Now we're going to Denver, all right? So the elevation might be a factor out here for sure. So let's get working out in the gym. You know, just a little jog, little bike, whatever you guys want to do. Just keep that blood pumping. Keep trying to suck in some air out here. I know it's rough in Denver, so let's try to fight that here in Ball Arena for game number 3. Nothing to say, man. We just gotta blast through it. We're winning games. No changes to make here. Let's just continue. First period. Okay, so Ross Colton gets the first one, their second line center, but then Kyle Connor and Capobianco. Oh my goodness. And they give us the lead and the shots 15-8 in favor of Colorado, but the score, those 2 numbers that matter, they're in our favor. So second period now, 3-2. Nino Niederreiter scores in the second unit power play once again, but then Gabriel Landeskog, he wakes up and he blasts one past Connor Hellebuyck. Shots still in Colorado's favor, but the score is still in our favor. And the goal differential has not changed since the start of the second period, so that's massive to see. Let's get this third one underway here, and I'm liking how this team has been playing in this series for sure. We can't give up a 5-on-3 out of that power play. Luckily, we get sneaked away. We sneak away with that one. Give a beer to Connor Hellebuyck after the game or something like that, and then Kyle Capobianco. Oh, who is this guy, man? I picked him up in free agency, and he's playing like a monster out here. Gets us another goal, and Nikolai Ehlers scores empty netter, and we have a 3-0 lead over the scary Colorado Avalanche. This is crazy. Bianco with 2 goals. Hellebuyck makes 29 saves. Kyle Connor has 2 points. I don't understand what's going on. I might have found their kryptonite lines or something like that, because this is so strange. Here in Colorado, once again, not going to make any changes. We've won 3 in a row against them. We've won 3-2, 3-2, 5-2. So keeping them to 2 goals. If we keep them under 2 goals every single game, which is a crazy ask considering this team, I think we have a chance. If we can only allow them to score 2 goals, we have a chance against anybody because, oh my God, we have a good offense and we have good defense as well. And we're doing this without Jonas Brodin, so the defense is stepping up. Capobianco is playing like a monster out there. Feels like we always kind of have like one outside performer who we don't even realize they're in the lineup, and all of a sudden they have 13 points in 12 games, something crazy. So game 4 in Colorado, I wouldn't be upset to just sweep them out. Get the brooms ready. Get the brooms ready. Let's do it, boys. In Ball Arena, in Denver. Game 4 underway. And this is the first period. Okay, Colorado, they're gonna, the big boys, exactly, right? So, as I said, if we can keep them to within 2 goals, but with Gabriel Landeskog and Nathan MacKinnon out there, that's definitely a rough ask. And Mikko Rantanen hasn't shown up yet, so their first line finally turns it on for them. But Nikolai Ehlers does, we are only down by 1, so even though they had a real good first period, we can definitely still come back in this game. We have Connor Hellebuyck in the net. Anything can happen. Second period now. Okay, it's Nathan MacKinnon. Yeah, MacKinnon decided to wake up in this game. That's okay. They're at home, so they don't want to get swept out in front of their home ice fans. So you can let them do it. It's okay. There's always going to be one big blowout game when they have an offense like they have. So don't worry about it, boys. Shake it off. We're okay. No reason to panic whatsoever. We're up 3-1 in the series. Just got to make sure that we close it out here fairly soon. And MacKinnon scores, I believe that's 4 goals for Nathan MacKinnon in this one. 3, 4, yeah. So MacKinnon got very angry. and let's try to keep that one at bay in the next game. Not even gonna look at the lines. Not even gonna look at the stars, the stats from last game. Don't even just throw it out of your minds. Just pick that up from your head, put it in the trash. Let's not worry about that. We're going into game 5. We're in front of our home ice fans. We just got embarrassed on their ice, but we don't even think about it. All right, we just get back to practice. We're going to have an easy skates, right? Just get the legs moving, work on the power play a little bit, the penalty kill. Let's just play our game, boys. Let's just play our game. We were the first place team in the NHL for a reason. And that's because each and every night we go out there and we give ourselves a chance to win. So let's show them that in this first period where we are up by 2 as Cole Perfetti snipes one past Georgiev. I do not like that Nathan MacKinnon has 5 goals in 4 periods. That's very scary. But Rasmus Kupari finds his first game of the playoff form here. We're up by 1 going into the second period. Shots only 7-9. So a low shooting affair, but a high scoring affair so far. Let's try to keep that at bay a little bit. We're going to watch the simulation of the second period, I think. Unless it gets a little too crazy, and then we might have to change it up. But there's Kyle Connor, rips one past Georgiev, and now the Winnipeg Jets up by 2 halfway through the second period. That is what I love to see right there. Kyle Connor definitely chipping in this playoff run. If you guys remember last playoffs, it was all about Nikolai Ehlers, and that's pretty much it. He didn't have a lot of help. I mean, there was a few guys at like 5 points, 4 points, but Ehlers was the guy above point per game. I believe Kyle Connor is now that guy. So let's take a deep breath, boys. We're up by 2. But just like when Vancouver was up by 2 against us, this game is not over. They're going to come out with everything they have. This is an elimination game for them. So you better believe Nathan MacKinnon's going to be playing the entire period, basically. Mikko Rantanen, Gabriel Landeskog, Cale Makar. These guys are going to be running at us, all right? So we got to use our energy. We got to take short shifts, all right? Just keep up with them. Make the smart play each and every time you're on the ice, and we can win this game, and we can progress, all right? But let's not take this team for granted here. Let's go. Third period is underway. Let's play smart, and Josh Morrissey does exactly that. What is that? 43 seconds into the... Oh, hang on. What is going on? Valeri Nichushkin scores 2 power play goals, and we're only up by 1 now. Hang on, boys. What happened to playing smart? Luckily, Josh Morrissey did get that goal, and then Gabriel Velarde, there he is on that first line. That's good. We have the 2-goal lead once again. And is this going to do it? I believe so with that power play. That kills off 2 minutes for us. And there it is, Winnipeg. We beat out Colorado in 5 games. That is a massive boost for our confidence after getting taken to 7 games against a Vancouver Canuck team who was good, but who was not in like the top 10 in the league. Maybe they were actually, but against a team that we definitely should be getting taken to 7 games. That might hit your confidence a little bit. But we come back in round 2. We take Colorado out in 5, and that's a huge boost. We beat out the 3rd best team in the league in 5 games. And let's just... actually, no, we're going to take a look at the stats of the entire playoffs so far. I forgot to do it after round 1. Apologies for that. But let's take a look at who's doing what for us here in the playoffs for right now. I gotta get a drink of water. Hang on, boys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. Just try to take a little bit of a water break, walk around the room a little bit, but here we go. We are back to the commentary, and Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele are getting it done for us. They both have 16 points in 12 games. They're also a big-time plus, and Gabriel Velarde also. That's a huge move that I made to put him up to the top line. He's got 11 points in 12 games. For Velarde, that's beautiful. Then Nikolai Ehlers with 10 points in 12 games. He's a -1, but getting a lot of points, so I will take that. Josh Morrissey with 9 points in 12 games as well, +3. Adam Lowry here on the 3rd line, sneakily having a very, very beautiful playoff run. 8 points in 12 games, probably because he's up there with Cole Perfetti, who has 7 in 12, and Niederreiter, who has 6 in 12, and then we have Blake Wheeler down here. On the second line, I mean, it's not a beautiful point mark, but 6 points is okay. Capabianco has 5 points in 8 games. I put him in there because Ville Heinola was not getting it done, and he has 5 points in 8 games. That is wonderful. Jonathan Toews only 4, not what I want to see. Chris Tanev with 4 is good. Rasmus Kupari with 3, I'll take that. Fialbi with 2 points, it's okay. Neil Pionk, like as long as these guys aren't like -5 and stuff like that, I'm okay with them being in the lineup. And then the rest of the guys down here, David Gustafsson at a -2 is kind of scary. But I'm not going to complain about these guys whatsoever. Jonas Brodin was a +1 before he got injured. He had no points, but that's okay. And then the man himself, Connor Hellebuyck. It feels like he's playing at way better pace than 905 save percentage. Feels like he's giving me like a 920, 930. But I'm not going to complain about him whatsoever. 905, 298 is a little bit above where you would like it to be for the playoffs. But what are you going to say? He's got 8 wins for us, and that's all that matters. So we're gladly going to take that record, and we're winning games. So nothing to change here. We're just going to keep simulating until the next round, who I guess you guys can see who we're going up against in the next round. And it's a scary team, I think. Definitely this far in the future, they've got a good roster in front of them. It's the Anaheim Ducks. So in the conference finals, let's take a look at the Ducks lines here. It should be the first team. Yes, it is. So Leo Carlsson, a left winger, and a center. He's a medium elite player, obviously drafted 2nd overall in this most recent draft in the real world. 91 passing, 92 offensive awareness, all a good defender as well with 89 defensive awareness. I mean, faceoffs and shot blocking a little low, but only 3 points in 9 games, also a -6. So that first line, they're a big minus. Here's Trevor Zegras, who has 8 points. And then Troy Terry, who has 10 points. But they're minus, so they're not a good defensive first line at all. Okay, our first line, on the other hand, has been getting more points, and they have a good plus-minus as well, so I'll take that. Second line, Ryan Hartman. Oh my god, Ryan Hartman has 15 points. Sam Reinhart has 18 points in 9 games. And Frank Vatrano has 5. Holy smokes. So this is the best second line in the NHL. Performance-wise, they've got, what is it? It's 15, 18, and 15 in 9 games played. I mean, what are these guys are prime Connor McDavid out here. Third line now, Robbie Fabry. They've got really good depth, though. 84 overall on the third line is good. Mason McTavish, -6, though, and then Brett Leeson. So maybe this third line is not simulating as well as it can be. Then Brock McGinn, he's a +1 with Matt Duchene, who's an even player, and then Alex Killorn, who has 6 points. Alex Killorn has 6 points in 9 games. Crazy. Defensively now, okay, it's a very good defensive core, to be honest. Forsling and Drysdale, 86 and 88. What's Drysdale doing? He's got 5 points -2, okay. Pavel Menchikov with Ian Cole, and then Sebastian Aho with Jackson Lacombe. In the real world, Jackson Lacombe, a fun little guy, or a fun prospect, definitely to look at. And then John Gibson, not lighting the world on fire whatsoever. They give up a lot of shots. He's a 902 save percentage, but 3.26 goals against average. They give up how many shots does this guy have? How many shots? He's faced 2,000 shots. No, that's the season. Hang on. I was going to say, that's crazy. He's faced 300 shots. I feel like that's a lot. He's only played 9 games. He faced 300 shots. They give up more than 30 shots a game. So let's try to work with that. All right, let's try to put that in our favor. They've got a strong line. I'm worried about that second line, but we have a good defensive second line with Jonathan Toews in there. Hopefully he can help us out on that defensive side. And then our third line matched up against theirs. I like ours all day. I know they have better overalls, but that plus-minus I am not a fan of. So going up against Anaheim, where were they in the entire league? I like to take a look at it just so I can see how much EA is pulling my leg, because I mean, that Colorado series was crazy. The first place team going up against the third. Okay, they're the 7th best team in the league last year. So 1 against 7 here. Where was Vancouver? Vancouver, they must have been at like 16, right? Oh my god, Vancouver was the 20th team in the league and they snuck into the playoffs? Are you joking me? We almost lost the 20th place. I mean, we really are the 2020 Toronto Maple Leafs. Good lord. So we're playing the 7th best team in the league. And let's get it done. Let's just go to work, boys. We have good lines. They worked for us in the last series, so let's keep them going here. Up against Anaheim, Game one's underway. Here we go. We're in Winnipeg, and Jonathan Toews starts it off strong. I called him out in my opening statements here, and there he is. But the period unfortunately ends 2-1 in Anaheim's favor. Alex Killorn, that's his like 7th point in 10 games or whatever. Frank Petrano also doing God's work over there on the power play. They get one, so not a great first period, although I was optimistic with Jonathan Toews' point. We unfortunately allow 2 straight, so let's try to clean that act up. And let's get some goals on the board here in the second period. We do. Okay, we tie it up. There's Jamie Drysdale, but then Blake Wheeler and Gabriel Velarde, the first and second lines going to work, and we get a goal with 16 seconds left as well. So there are 3 goals scored in what is it? Just under 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 58 seconds. So good second period, boys. Let's keep it going into the third here. We're tied at 3. Third period is now underway, and Trevor Zegras, that first line, so this is going to be a high-scoring series. We've just got to accept that. We've got to accept that they have a dynamic offense with Sam Reinhart. Blake Wheeler, hang on, we're still in this game, only down by 1. It's Blake Wheeler's second of the night. Power play now. Come on, it's a long one. Come on, boys, score. We don't score on like a 5-minute power play. Frank Petrano gets one. That's a real bad game. And 3 stars of the night, who is it? Troy Terry had 4 assists. Zegras had 4 points. Toews with 2 points. So their top 2 lines really went to work against us. So you know what that means. We're going to make some line changes here. I'll do them because I really, my voice is really going here. So I'll do the lines, and I'll see you guys back in a second. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We've boosted Perfetti back up to that second line. After his little stint on the third line, he was playing pretty okay, so we're going to put him back up to the second line, hopefully get a bit more offense out of these guys as well. And then Blake Wheeler on the third line with Nino Niederreiter and Adam Lowry. Just Blake Wheeler. I know he scored 2 goals in that last one, so maybe I should keep him up there. It is definitely makes more sense to keep him there. But we didn't win that game. And then Iafallo and Morgan Barron both slotted on that fourth line. Iafallo, I'm not going to be afraid to move him up to the second line, maybe the third line, depending on how this next game goes, but just ease them back into the lineup. Out here, Jeff Petrie and Josh Morrissey are okay together. Capobianco maybe playing a little bit too high. We're going to put Ville Heinola up there instead. Other than that, the lines look good. Connor Hellebuck, 898 save percentage. Need to turn that around, my friend. Let's go. They had some crazy offense out there. We also scored 4 goals, so it was an offensive game, that one for sure. I'm going to take a swig of water, and then we're going to get this one underway. Okay, let's do this, boys. Game 2 in Winnipeg. We got to take one of these on at home. If we lose both at home, that's going to be very rough. So let's go. First period underway. 0-0. Shots are 17-11 in the first period. Your eyes do not deceive you. We are on pace to have like something ridiculous like 84 shots in the game in total or something like that. What's 28 times 3? Somebody do the math. It's something crazy like 84 shots, something around there. So let's try to pipe that down a little. Let's reduce their scoring chances. Start blocking some shots. That's really scary, man. Oh my goodness. Okay, second period. Okay, let's go Jets. That's Kyle Connor with a goal, and Blake Wheeler on the power play scores one. Frank Vetrano has been everywhere on the ice, and the shots are 27-26. So still on pace for a crazy amount of shots in the game. Here we go. Third period has commenced, and the Winnipeg Jets, after a very high-scoring first game, it seems like the tides have turned, and this is a very low-scoring second game. So if it's a low-scoring game, I like our odds with Connor Hellebuck in the nets. He definitely proved in that last series against the Avs that although he got destroyed in that one game, he can shut the door against real talented players, and that's exactly what he does in this one, making 35 saves. Does Connor Hellebuck, and he allows the boys to get the win right there. We're all tied up in the series with Anaheim now. Oh my goodness, this is what dreams are made of here. Game 3 in Anaheim, nothing to change. Let's just go right into it, boys. Why not? We don't need to stop for anything here. First period. Let's go! Iafallo got into the lineup on the fourth line. He's going to score for me on John Gibson. Scheifele scores even strength. Haven't seen Scheifele in a little bit. He likes to say hello every once in a while. And then Jeff Petrie on that first defensive pairing. He's also going to score on Jonathan Gibson. So, beautiful start to the game here in Anaheim. Let's continue it in the second period. Here it is. There's Nikolai Ehlers. He wants to say hello as well. And now we're going to start up that third period. Okay, Dominic Kubalik, but then don't worry, he's not our captain, but Mark Scheifele answers right back with a goal of his own after Dominic Kubalik scores that one. Oh, in Winnipeg, we are rolling right now, Winnipeg. We are looking to take a 2-1 series lead in this one. Maybe take the next game on the road as well. That would be nice to see. But that's a big game from us. And once again, Hellebuck makes a lot of saves. He makes 29 saves in that one, a .966 save percentage. And Hellebuck has woken up these last two games. The defense helping him out as well, definitely. You don't want to discredit them. But really, really strong performances here in the last two games. Not going to change the lines or anything like that. Maybe it was the fourth line kind of bogging us down a little bit. Throw in Morgan Barron, throw in Alex Iafallo, and good things might happen. Here we go. First period. Okay, and of course, as soon as I start talking up the team, Trevor Zegras and Ian Cole both score on Hellebuck. Not a good way to start. Let's see if we can turn this one around, though, boys. We've done it before. Second period. Okay, remains 2-0. Offense, where are you? Hellebuck is giving you a decent game here. Okay, but then Dominic Kubalik is going to score. And we don't want to give John Gibson this kind of confidence. I'm not going to lie. We want to try to get one in on him. Don't want him to have a shutout. I'll say shutout as many times as I have to say shutout so that Jonathan Gibson doesn't get a shutout. There he is. Cole Perfetti is going to score on that second line and take out the shutout, but definitely not a strong performance from us. So we've had two good games with these lines, one bad game. We lose that one because Hellebuck is not Superman. He can't allow, he can't make 40 saves every single game, so I am always brought back to that comment by Fresh, who was like, you can't blame Hellebuck when your team is giving up 40 shots a game, and that's basically what's been going on this playoff run as well. Morgan Barron is a -2. Really, Hinola is a -2 as well. Cababianco a -2 though also. So these two guys, man, I really want to find a good left. It would really be nice to have a left-handed defenseman who's like an 87 overall, who's not injured with a torn MCL or sprained MCL until June. That would be real nice. But we have to make do with the lines that we have. We've had a good run so far. We're in the Western Conference Finals. We're taking on a really young team, a really talented young team. In the East, it looks like Florida might be the team that goes to the Stanley Cup Finals for like the second time in 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. So that would be cool. I took a little drink of water right there, but we are going into game number 5. No line changes. That's right. We've had 2 good games with these lines, 1 bad game. So that's a good average. I will take that average if we can keep it going here. But, we have a bad game here. I'll switch up the lines for sure. First period in Anaheim, 1-0 for the Winnipeg Jets. And it's Cole Perfetti scoring on the power play. I love it whenever our power play gets involved because we have historically had a horrible power play under our tutelage here in Winnipeg for the past 2 years. So, good power play goal from Cole Perfetti. Second period now, 2-1. Good. Same goal differential. I will take that. We tie that period. Troy Terry scores on the power play. Kyle Connor's going to score even strength. We're going into the third period with the power play is clicking today, boys. The power play is clicking. Oh, but then Brock McGinn scores shorthanded, and that's a real bad one to give up. But then Gabriel Velarde scores just after the power play, and then Mark Scheifele is going to come in as well. So we have 3 goals from the first line, all even strength, which is beautiful to see. And the Winnipeg Jets here in Anaheim give them a little bit of an embarrassing slap across the face right there. A 5-3 victory for us. Once again, we get outshot, but we win the game. So if we're winning games, I'm not going to complain about it. Our first line are the 3 stars. They each have a goal and 2 assists. Oh, game, you're testing me now, eh? Oh, man. Oh, EA. May 31st. He could be back for Game 7. Josh Morrissey is injured. I didn't even see what the injury was. I'm too angry. I didn't even look at it. Josh Morrissey's injured. Okay. So this is what's going to happen. Got to go to roster moves. And we need to bring up Lucius. No. Chisholm, Kniazev. It's Kniazev's time, huh? He's 24. He's got medium top 4 potential. He's drafted in 2019. He's got 91 stick checking, 89 shot blocking. That's pretty good. Or is it Chisholm? Is it Chisholm's time? I don't like his defensive stats as much. 82 offensive. This is a big time decision. So Kniazev more of a defensive player, and honestly, that's what I need on my third line defensive pairing. I need a defensive guy who can just shut it down for me. NHL lines. What a horrible, horrible, horrible thing to have happen. When we're looking to I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just lost for words right now. So look at how weak our left side is. 78, 82, 78. The right side's okay. But I can't have these kind of lines going into the next game. It's got to be something like this. Capobianco. This is rough. This is really rough. I guess these are going to be the lines here. Kniazev, Capobianco, Tanev, Heinola, Pionk, Petrie. So let me get the power play. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. Could you imagine? That would be horrible if I forgot about the power play. Look at how much Morrissey helps out the power play. It's a +5 when Morrissey's in there. Without Morrissey, it's a -1. But honestly, I do not care about that right now. Let's look at yeah, we'll go Jeff Petrie in here. Does Petrie have a better fit for the first line? I just want to see. Can you give it a 0? Yeah, 0. But he's not offensive. No. We're just gonna give it to Pionk. He's the offensive defenseman. Let him do his thing. I gotta do every single line, so I'll be back. All right, boys. So with Josh Morrissey injured, these are what the lines are gonna look like. We have Pionk, Petrie, Heinola, Tanev, and then Kniazev, Capobianco. The power play you guys saw, it's Pionk up there in Morrissey's spot, and then Petrie down there in Pionk's spots. The penalty kill basically just sent the best overalls of defensive people up there. So Chris Tanev with Jeff Petrie, Heinola with Pionk, and then Capobianco with Kniazev. 3-on-3 have the same defensive pairings. And then extra lines, it's going to be Pionk, Tanev, Heinola, Petrie, and then Capobianco, Kniazev. 3-on-3 lines, Kniazev's not in there. It's Pionk, Petrie, and then Chris Tanev. So those are going to be the lines. It's real unfortunate that our top 2 defensemen both get injured. But you know what? I'm proud of this team. Manitoba Moose, you guys just get the best lines. I don't even care right now. Lucia's best line. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, so that's really rough. But the Manitoba Moose, they're out of the playoffs anyways. So it's all about the NHL team. We've beaten the Anaheim Ducks in that last one to give us a 3-2 lead. If we lose this game, Morrissey might be back for the next game. I do want to see what his injury was, so let me take a look at that real quick. This is a huge injury. Also, I forgot to say this in round 1, so probably nobody's watching anymore, pending evaluation. But if you are still watching, first of all, thank you very much. Give it a like and comment and subscribe if you guys want to. But second of all, we always make the playoff videos. I can't believe I forgot to say this. This is like the opening bit. We always make the playoff videos about an hour and a half long, just to throw you guys off, because when I was watching GM mode, if it's a 20-minute video, you know that I'm going to lose in the first round. So why would I even watch? Why would I get excited? But this way, when we have an hour and a half video, an hour 45 minute, a 2-hour long video, you're like, okay, there's a chance here. There's definitely a chance. So every video of the playoffs is always an hour and 45, an hour 30, hour 15-minute video, something along those lines, so that you guys don't know if I win or lose. So, if you were just watching the video at the start, you would see that this video is something like an hour and 25 minutes or something like that. And you'd be like, okay, he has a chance to win this one. And we're going to come in and we're going to see what happens here in game number 6 of round number 3. This is for the Western Conference Finals. We don't have Josh Morrissey in the lineup. We don't have Jonas Brodin in the lineup. They both got injured. So EA has really given us a short straw here. But we're going to try to win with it no matter what. We're in the Honda Center in Anaheim. Let's do this. Game 6 is underway, and it starts really rough. First period finishes 2-1. Okay, so we tie it up, but then Frankfurt Toronto scores with a minute left in the period. I know we can score goals. I just need the defense to hold. Bend but don't break is the motto of this team. Hellebuck has been relied upon for 35 plus saves pretty much every game. So we're bending. We don't want to break though. We cannot snap. So here we go. Second period underway. 4-3. And it's a high-scoring one, and, you know, you could really feel that with Josh Morrissey getting injured. You know this game is not going to be a defensive one this time because we got to go all-out offense. So Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele score for us, but Sam Reinhart and Ryan Hartman score for the Anaheim Ducks as we get into the third period. I desperately need a goal, but Frank Vatrano gets his second of the night, and Josh Morrissey... The absence of Josh Morrissey cannot be felt harder than this, man. We allow 5 goals on 27 shots. That's very unfortunate, and I can't help but point the finger at EA here, who gave me. I mean, Scheifele scores with 30 seconds, but it's just not enough. I can't help but blame the finger, point the finger at EA, who decided to injure my top 2 defensemen in the playoffs. I mean, that's pretty unfair. Scheifele with a hat trick in that one. Not gonna complain about that. And let's see, is Josh Morrissey back, or are we going to have to do it without him? Yeah, we might have to do it without him. Let me check the lines. Let me just check. Might have a playable injury, because I do have it on show me when he's fully healed. So let's see. And no, Morrissey's out. So this is the team. This is the team. I don't know what to do on these lines. Can I get better? Pionk. Oh man, this is rough. What do I do here? Capabianco's actually not a bad defender at all. Do I do something crazy like... No, I can't do that. Ah, man. This is really unfortunate. Perfetti got 11 points, 18 games. -1. I'm just trying to sort this out, boys. I might be quiet here for a little bit, but I don't want to cut anything out because... Definitely don't want to be accused of anything. You follow, maybe for Nino Niederreiter. Nino only has 6 points. Yeah. Okay, let's go Iafallo up there. Morgan Barron with 1 assist +1. Now playing with Iafallo. Rasmus Kupari gives it a +1 if Nino's on his proper wing. Nikolai Ehlers, 18 points in 18 games. Jonathan Toews has not done anything. Not happy with Jonathan Toews. Really want to maybe go Nino second line. No, Nino hasn't done enough to give me second line time though. Oh boy, you follow Toews. I don't know. Adam Lowry go up there instead. Blake Wheeler maybe. Blake Wheeler did do well when he was on the second line. 10 points in 18 games. Adam Lowry hasn't gotten like a single point this series or this round, I don't think. Deep breaths. Okay. I mean, I didn't really make any changes. I took Nino off the third line. It's a very depth move. What's Velarde? I mean, Velarde has 19 points in 18 games. Wow, Velarde could be a nice first line player for us, maybe of the regular season as well. Okay. Fetty, Toews has to go though. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put Iafallo. We're gonna put Nikolai Ehlers on his shooting side. We're gonna put Iafallo, Perfetti, Ehlers, Toews in the middle, Adam Lowry, Blake Wheeler. All right, and then Kupari, Barron, Nino Niederreiter. Jonathan Toews just hasn't been impressing me, so he gets demoted. That's how it works. And the NHL, if you're not performing, you get demoted. So Jonathan Toews, you have 14 penalty minutes. You're 0. You only have 8 points. On defense, not really much I can do here. I mean, we could go like Ville Heinola up to the first line. We could go Kristanov up to the first line. But these two guys, what was he? I mean, Kniazev in his game with us. What did he? He's a -1 in his game with us. I mean, -1 though, like it wasn't his fault. -1 is not good, obviously, but he's not the one. He didn't cost us a game when he was -1 in one game. He's out there for 1 goal against. We lost by 2 goals, I believe. No, we only lost by 1 goal. Okay, but we also allowed 5 goals. So this is it. These are the lines. It's Game 7. You see who is waiting in the Stanley Cup Finals. We're in Game 7 of the West. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Scheifele tearing it up. Beautiful. 27 points in 18 games. I'd like to see 27 points in this game if you could do it. Just kidding, obviously. But here we go. Game 7. Up against Anaheim. Oh boy. Let's do it. This is a huge game. The biggest game of all these players' career, because Winnipeg hasn't made the Stanley Cup final in 30 years, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea how long it's been. But this is a very deep playoff run for us. We're in Canada Life Center. We don't have a healthy lineup in there, but don't worry. They're in the press box. You know, Josh Morrissey's walking around with whatever his injury is. Let me just take a look, see if it's there. Josh Morrissey is up in the press box with he's got a broken foot up there. He's walking around. He's walking on his broken foot. All right, he can't play, but he is showing you guys, you got to have passion in this game. Jonas Brodin walking right through, his muscles are literally tearing as he's walking up there in the press. He comes down to the locker room. Both of them do. They both walk down 50 flights of stairs through their injuries to come and show you guys what it means to fight, all right? They can't play, but they can definitely be role models in that room. They can cheer you guys on from the press box, so do it for them. Josh Morrissey is chomping at the bit to come back. He knows if we make it to the Stanley Cup Finals, he's going to fight through every ounce of his injury. Jonas Brodin, he knows his season's over. You know, but still, he's still in there. He's still cheering us on, days removed from MCL surgery or whatever. Do you get surgery for your MCL? I don't know. Either way, days removed from surgery on his MCL, an injury that would take the normal human, you know, months and months to come back from. He's coming back right now in the locker room to give us a legendary speech. Same with Josh Morrissey. These guys rehearsed it all night in their house last night, and they've come to the arena today ready to perform for us. So let's perform for them as they are in the press box waiting for us to get the win. I know we have a young team here. We have, or not really that young, but we have a few young guys back in the defensive end. We're going to try to protect them as much as we can. Let's go here. Game 7. Western Conference Finals. The Florida Panthers are awaiting the victor of this game, and they're awaiting us in the Stanley Cup Finals. We're going to watch the entire thing because that's how we do it when we are in an elimination game for us. It does not get bigger than this. The first line has been lights out for me. The second line they've had their moments as well. Cole Perfetti has had his moments, but Brock McGinn, I believe he's the fourth liner. He might be a third liner. He's going to get the opening goal in this one. And the Anaheim Ducks outshoot us by almost double, and they're up 1-0 in the first period. Am I going to need to have another speech here? Or are you guys going to be able to go out there and play for your fallen defensemen? Especially you defensemen who are stepping up and taking their position. Now is the time. If you want a big contract in the offseason, if you want to prove your worth to me, now is the time to prove it. All right? I need you guys to prove to me you deserve to be on this team. So let's go here. Second period is underway. Can a defenseman step up for me in the absence of Josh Morrissey, in the absence of Jonas Brodin? Can one of you get a goal for me? There's the power play. Hang on. Power play is quarterbacked by Pionk and Jeff Petrie go nowhere. But Jonathan Toews, who was demoted to that third line, after I said he wasn't doing anything for me, he's going to get us a goal to tie this game at 1. Oh, and the Winnipeg Jets are buzzing. We are looking to perform for this home ice crowd. Taser scores with 5 minutes and 43 seconds left in the second period. It is now time to start the third period. We've been here before in this run so far, and when we came into the third period in our 7th game, we were down by 2. This is a walk in the park for us. We're tied. All you have to do is win this period. If you win this period, you go to the Stanley Cup Finals. We've got legends in the building. Got your family in the building. The countless hours they spent driving you to rinks across the country. Show them it was worth it. Make them proud. Let's go out there, make them proud. You've already made me proud. Make your parents proud, boys. Let's go. They're in the stands. They're watching you. Somebody took a penalty, you idiots, but no, it's okay. We kill it off. Connor Hellebuck taking my message to heart. The power play now with a golden opportunity. They let it slip through their fingers. Like they're building a sandcastle or something. And we have 3 minutes left. 1 minute left. And what better way to do it then go to overtime? I'll see you boys there. I bought my ticket. I hope you have too. We all got press box tickets here. Let's go into overtime. Well. Somehow we have made it to Game 7, overtime. The game is tied at 1s. Let's see what this team can do here. As Pionk takes a shot, saved by Gibson. Gabriel Velarde now to Kyle Connor. Shot blocked in front. And here comes the first line of the Anaheim Ducks. Troy Terry, shot saved by Hellebuck. Careful! Neil Pionk picks that up. And fighting with Troy Terry for that puck. But Pionk going to find his defensive partner in Jeff Petrie. And this puck is going to get out of our zone at the very least. Here is Scheifele now. Tries to find a pass, but Gustav Forsling picks that up. Scheifele with the puck. Scheifele does a little dangle. Tries to get his way around Gustav Forsling, but cannot. Hits Jimmy Drysdale there. These two teams just battling in the middle of the ice here in the neutral zone. Kyle Connor going to make his way over the blue line. It gets hit, though. But that puck squeezed out a ton of shots by Scheifele. Huge save by Gibson, though. Gibson just robbing us. We're going to be seeing nightmares of Gibson if this does not go our way. Troy Terry dangles, but Chris Tanev back checks and picks that up. And he's going to find Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers alongside of Cole Perfetti. They've got a back checker coming in, but Perfetti shot saved, though, by Gibson once again. Here's Sam Reinhart. He had like 18 points in 9 games. The Reinhartman shot, but Hellebuck is once again there to bail us out. Now, Ix Iafallo with the puck. Finds Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers to Hinola. Hinola shot. Rebound. No, Perfetti fell over. And John Gibson made that save on Billy Hinola. Perfetti with the puck. Walks his way around Anaheim. And Nikolai Ehlers into the zone. Ehlers, backhander. But Gibson again makes a fantastic save for his team. We're going to get that third line out there. Jonathan Toews wins the draw to Neil Pionk. Pionk, shot saved by Gibson. And the rebound is collected by the young Pavel Mintyukov. But he loses that puck to Adam Lowry. Now Neil Pionk in the slot. Neil Pionk shot. But Gibson once again bails his team out. Pionk had a breakaway there, but he could not capitalize on it. And now Winnipeg trying to hem them in their zone. But Ryan Hartman makes his way out somehow. Oh no, and then we just took a penalty. No, who was that? Blake Wheeler. We signed him in free agency, and he has come to sabotage us here in round 1 of the playoffs. Or, sorry, round 3. What am I saying? Not round 1, but the Western Conference Finals. Blake Wheeler takes a penalty in overtime. Oh, and that's really unfortunate. We are going to have lockdown defense. Jonathan Toews, I need you to win this draw. This is like a huge draw right here, and he loses it. But hang on. Oh, that could have been really bad as well. The push face-off cheese. Here's Sam Reinhart into the slot. There's Fabry. What a save from Connor Hellebuck, though. And now Reinhart to Fabry. And that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. The Anaheim Ducks have beat out the Winnipeg Jets in 7 games. Oh, on our home ice. Oh, man. This is rough to watch right here. Gotta show some respect to the Anaheim Ducks, so they had a great offensive team. There's Hellebuck and Gibson shaking hands, but when we lose our top 2 defensemen, there's not much we can do. Troy Terry, I guess they don't have a captain, so their associate Troy Terry goes up there, and he's not going to take the cup, but oh, that stings. That really stings. Game 7. Oh, we just can't quite get the job done. Congrats to Anaheim. They played a really strong game. It was a fun series to watch, fun series to commentate as well. And I believe Robbie Fabry was the hero of Game 7. So we finished this game. Big decisions to make in the offseason. Oh, man. And that is just absolutely tragic right there. Mark Scheifele finishes with 27 points in 19 games. I'm going to do the scouting. and then I'll show you guys who won the cup and all that stuff, but I'll be back. And congratulations to the Florida Panthers on being the Stanley Cup champions in 2025. Back in 2023, they made it to the Cup Finals, but they lost, obviously, to the Vegas Golden Knights. But now they are righting their wrongs. They beat the Anaheim Ducks, who made the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since, I believe, 2007, when they beat out the Ottawa Senators. I don't want to talk about that as a Sens fan, but either way, congratulations to Florida for their win. The salary cap is going up as well. And we're going to see the draft lottery here, which we are not in, obviously. And, okay, Philadelphia moves up from 14 to 4, bumping down Seattle, San Jose, Dallas, and all the rest of them. Chicago gets the 10th overall selection and the 14th as well. Ottawa with 15th, the Rangers with the 16th. So Philadelphia, really the only movers there. LA, Detroit, and Buffalo with the top 3. I will show you guys the draft class and the retired players, which I forgot about. So we will see who retired here. And Chris Letang, at 38 years old, still an 86 overall, decides to call it a career. And what a career it was. 3 Stanley Cups for the kid, 48 points in 82 games this year. He can still get it done. He's had 50 points, 60 points, 40 points. I mean, yeah, he's just a really amazing player for the Pittsburgh Penguins. A career Penguin. Still had 4 more years left on his deal, but decides to call it a career. Congratulations to him. And then when the next guy's Artem Anisimov, we know that really Chris Letang is the only guy who really retired out here. Cal Clutterbuck had a lot of games played, 1,000 games. Laurie Korpikoski played 600 games. I don't even know who he is. How do I not know who this guy is? Oh my gosh. Okay. Either way, these guys all have good careers. Jordy Ben, Leo Komarov, excuse me. Yannick Weber's down here as well. Now we're getting into guys who had less than 100 points. But who knows? Maybe, Slater Cuckoo? Slater Cuckoo? I don't remember how to say his name. He was a first-round draft pick. What a bust he was. Only played less than 200 games. All right, Ty Ratty. Ty Ratty, oh my gosh. All right, there we are. These are all the people who retired. Let's look at goaltenders now. Excuse me, didn't mean to do that. Look at goalies, and it's Alex Stalock, Jonas Enroth, and Anders Lindback, who all retire. Congratulations to all of them. They all have above 900 save percentage. So the best of luck in your future careers, boys, or if you decide to whatever you guys do, that is a totally cool. Coach retirements, there's some coaches who retire. Nobody from our teams, I do not believe. Draft interviews I won't do. Pro scouts, okay, and we are here now at the draft. So let me show you what it looks like out here. There are some people who I want to go after. There's one in particular who I really want to go after, but we will take a look at the top 10 or so first. Michael Misa's in here. Some creative players as well. Carl Trigg, I think this guy's created. Don't think he's a real player, but again, my knowledge of the next 3 draft classes is not too much. So at 9, we drop down to medium top 6 players. And really, it's really mostly just medium top 6, medium top 4 players until Gabriel Dagla, who's basically, he's a big glitch in this game. He's a medium elite guy. He's going to be 70 overall, 68 overall, something like that. Other than that, though, there's a low elite sniper, a right winger. This is a guy that I definitely am looking at here, Steven Backlund. Could be good. Other than that, medium top 6 is here later. We're obviously going to have a late pick. Actually, I'll see what pick exactly we have. So we have the 30th pick of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th rounds. So we're picking at number 30. So to move up 7 spots, maybe 8 or 9 spots to 23, could be a bit too much, but we can always see what we have to offer as well, right? So moving up to 23, I think we could do it, but I definitely would have to give up a little bit to get Backlund. So is there anybody maybe closer to 30 that we can get? We can always get Melvin Barker, who's also a sniper. Left wing sniper. Oh, hang on. He's a left wing sniper. Medium top 6, and he has relentless. He's only 1 year away as well. Melvin Barker could be a guy we pick up at our pick, maybe move up 1 or 2 spots. Other than that, this guy's 3 years away. Then is Melvin Barker. Medium top 6, 2-way forward here. Okay, this guy's a defenseman, a left-handed defenseman, probably a 2-way D. He's 2 years away. 3 years away, 3 years away. I'm just looking for anybody who's like 1 or 2 years away here. Who is the guy? This guy was in ice. Okay, so I didn't scout ice. 3 years away. Yeah, and then we get down to like medium top 9 players. All right. So Melvin Barker or who's this guy up here? I forget what his name is. Steven Backlund. So Melvin Barker or Steven Backlund for the our first overall pick, or first round pick. You guys let me know who you guys like more. We could also maybe trade up for Gabriel Dagla, but remember we still have Hellebuck for another like 10 years. Just to show you guys what these players look like up here. Pick number 1 is going to be Vesa Allen, a playmaker, 5'10", NHL ready. These are his X factors here. Next pick is Alex Ranford, a sniper with no X factors, but he has A+ shooting. After that, it's Joel Shepard, defensive defenseman, shoot pinch, NHL ready. Michael Misa, playmaker, I believe. Yes, playmaker. NHL ready with some X factors. Then Roger McQueen with no X factors, playmaker, NHL ready. Jordan Gavin, who's a two-way forward, and he's got some X factors on him. Carl Trigg, playmaker with all alone. Truculence for Ludwig Backstrom. He's a grinder. Okay, we have a medium elite grinder, NHL ready. That's kind of cool. And then obviously the medium top 6 players. Now we go to potential, and there is actually some interesting potential players here. With our second round pick, I would like to select either Ivan Datsuk or Larry Fossinar. So you guys decide. Ivan Datsuk, I'll show you what he looks like. He's a two-way forward, plays in an A+ league. He had 1 assist in 24 games, 10 penalty minutes, -3. He's got no weaknesses. He is 19 years old, though. Keep that in mind. He's good offensive instincts, offensive creativity, and playmaking ability, despite being a two-way forward. And he's 3 years away at medium elite. So even though he's 19, he's medium elite, and he's only 3 years away, okay? So Larry Vossinar, on the other hand, is a sniper, a left winger. He's also 19, so keep that in mind. And he's 5 years away. So do we take the guy who's 3 years away, the same age, or the guy who's 5 years away but a sniper? So really it's, do we want a two-way forward or a sniper, and do we want him to be in NHL sooner or a little bit later? Vossinar or Datsuk? You guys let me know. Other than that, nothing really too insane. I thought I saw some low elites, but I suppose I did not. Maybe we can pick up, like with our 5th round selection or something, a low top 6 player. Something along those lines, like one of these 3 guys, something like that. We also have some medium top 4 defensemen, low top 4 defensemen like this guy here, but really nothing too crazy in the draft, not a very deep draft class. Now, let's move on to the contracts, where we have some big-time contracts coming off the block. So the biggest ones are definitely Nikolai Ehlers, who wants 9 million or so for the next 7 years. This will probably drop, well, maybe to like 8.5 mil or something like that for the next time that he gets a contract. IXFollow is up to an 85 overall and only wants 3.875 mil for the next 2 years. I think this is something we do maybe as soon as like this day of next episode. Just get him at like 3.5 for the next 2 years as an 85 overall. That's a beautiful contract. Then Neil Pionk is down here at 5 years, 6 mils. Not bad at all. We can definitely do that. And then Blake Wheeler will probably not be coming back. Nino Niederreiter might not be coming back either. Jeff Petrie probably not coming back. Chris Tanev could come back, but keep in mind he is 35 years of age. So, but he had a really good year with Josh Morrissey, so he's a maybe. He's kind of a fringe guy. Gabriel Vilardi now, I definitely want to bring him back. He's a young guy, 25 years of age, 83 overall. He's not going to cost too much either. Maybe can play second line for us, second power play, that kind of a thing. Morgan Barron as a third liner. What does he want? He wants like 2 mil. Kind of a lot for Morgan Barron, but we can do it. Okay, and look at this. Artem Kniazev playing a few games in the playoffs. He's actually up to an 80 overall. He's a top 6 defenseman now. So maybe he gets some time as well. That could be interesting. Rasmus Kupari, all these guys down here then are easier to sign for sure. And goalies, I think we have... no, we don't. We also have to sign Laurent Brossoit, who wants... oh my gosh, I'm going to do this right now. He wants 2 years at league minimum. I'm going to do it. He's an 82 overall, 2 years at league minimum. I say we do this right now. just because I think this is a no-brainer, and it's a super cheap contract. It's an 82 overall. Even if he drops to like an 80, a 79, I mean, league minimum is not going to hurt us. So I'm going to do it for the next 2 years. League minimum deal for Laurent Brossoit, who has given us a 909 save percentage, which in EA land is not bad at all. Last year he gave us a 929, so definitely a good goalie for us, and he's going to stay on the team for the next 2 years, hopefully. We also have Salmon in here as a fringe starter who wants a two-way deal. Okay, so good news there. And that's it, boys. Actually, no, I have to show you guys the awards and stuff. Almost forgot. Looking at the awards, of course, we know it's the Florida Panthers who won the Stanley Cup, and they faced the Anaheim Ducks in that Stanley Cup Finals. We won the President's Trophy, unfortunately could not win the one that matters most, and now let's take a look at the individual player awards. Brad Marchand wins the Art Ross and the Hart Memorial. James Norris goes to Cale Makar. Lady Byng to David Pastrnak. The Calder Memorial goes to Ridley Gregg. As a Sens fan, I like to see it. Conn Smythe to Alexander Barkov. Congratulations to him. The Vezina goes to Pyotr Kochetkov, and the M. Jennings as well. So we do not win that in back-to-back years, but that's okay. Bill Masterton to Yanni Hakanpää. Jack Adams to the coach of the Washington Capitals. Frank J. Selke for the second year in a row goes to Ryan O'Reilly. And the Ted Lindsay also to Brad Marchand. And the Maurice Richard to Alex Ovechkin. So Marchand wins the basically like 3 of the top 4 trophies in the league. Cale Makar wins the Norris. And those are what the awards look like. So let me know who you guys think I should draft in the first round and the second round. After that, I'll probably just make executive decisions and things like that. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring a cup home this year, but we were this close to doing it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, give it a like, comment, and subscribe if you would like to. And as always, I love doing these videos for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Peace out.